For this project, I'll be using around 120 gram of yarn in the color pink and dark blue, and a pair of scissors, a darning needle, and a 3.5 millimeter hook. We're gonna start by making a magic ring. For making a magic ring, we'll take the yarn end and we'll wrap it around our two fingers, cross it at the back, and form two parallel lines in the front. We'll take our hook, we'll take the working yarn out, we will chain one and tighten it and release. Here's our magic ring. And in this magic ring, now first we're gonna chain two. 1, 2. Now in this magic ring, we will make 3 half double crochets. This is our first one, 3 loops on our hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. This is our first one. We're gonna do one more, pull through 2, pull through 2. We have 2, and we're going to do one last one. We have now pull through 2. We have now 3 double crochets, and when 3 double crochets are together, we call it a cluster. 1, 2, 3, and 1 chain. Now this is our first cluster. We're going to make 4 clusters. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to make one more cluster, meaning 3 double crochets in the magic ring. So here we have our first double crochet like this, and our second one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and here's our third double crochet. Done. Now we have 3 double crochets and a space in between. That's our chain 2 space. So we have 2 clusters, and now we're going to make 2 more because we need to have 4. We're going to chain 2, yarn over, put it in the magic ring, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over in the magic ring, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over in the magic ring, pull through 2, pull through 2. We have our third cluster right here. We just have to make one more cluster. For that, we'll chain 2 first, yarn over in the magic ring, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're done with our 4 clusters, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 3 chain spaces. Now we're gonna chain 2. 1, tighten it so it closes up. Now this is our first stitch. We're gonna slip stitch in our first stitch. We're gonna start every round by chaining 2. And after chaining 2, we have 4 chain spaces here. The chain space under our chain 2, we're going to make 1 cluster, means 3 double crochets in the space. This is our 1, this is our first one. We're going to make 1 more. This is our second one, and our third one. We have 3 double crochets, means 1 cluster. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go to the next space. We're going to yarn over, go to the next space, and make a half double crochet. Double crochet. We're going to make 2 more in the same space, like that. Now we're going to chain 2 and do 1 more cluster in the exact same space. You can just pull it to make room for the other cluster. Gonna make 1 more cluster in the same space. That's our first double crochet, second, and third. And now to move to the next space, we're just gonna chain 1 and move to the next space and do a cluster. Now we have done with 2, and this is our last double crochet. We are done with 1 cluster. We're gonna chain 2 and make 1 more cluster in the same space. Our first double crochet, second, and now to go to the next space, again we're gonna chain 1, go to the next space, chain 2, and 1 more cluster. This is our first cluster, and now we're gonna chain 2 and we're going to make one more cluster in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. Now we have the same exact space where we started. If you can see that we made in every space, in every corner space, we made 2 clusters. Here 2, here 2, and here 2. But here we only have 1. So we're just gonna chain 1, and we're gonna go here and make 1 more cluster. We made 2, and the third double crochet is gonna be a little different because you have to get your blue yarn ready, and you're just gonna hold it, and when you do your third cluster, gonna yarn over, pull through 2, and stop here. Gonna take your blue yarn and attach it like this. You're gonna attach it, and then you're gonna stop, and you're gonna take this tail and tie it with the working yarn and keep the big yarn attached. Gonna tie a double knot, 1 and 2, and you're gonna start, and you're gonna chain 2, 1, 2 with the blue color, and you're gonna slip stitch in the very first stitch. We have our 2 rounds of pink done. Now we're gonna do 2 rounds of blue the same way. You're gonna start with chaining 2, 1, 2. We're gonna yarn over and make 1 cluster, the stitch underneath. Gonna make 1 cluster. It's 1 and 2. Gonna make cluster, and here we have our cluster done. 1, 2, and 3 double crochets. Now we're gonna chain 1, and these are the side spaces, and these are the corner spaces. In the side spaces, we're only gonna do 1 cluster each, and in the side spaces, we're gonna do 1 cluster, chain 2, and 1 cluster. So let's start. We're gonna chain 1 already, and then we're gonna make 1 cluster. Now we're gonna make 1 cluster in the side space. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and our 3rd double crochet. And here we have done 1 cluster. We're gonna chain 1 and go to the corner space. We're gonna make 1 cluster the same way like we did in the previous rounds. 1, 2, and 3. And now after making 1 cluster, we're gonna chain 2. Gonna move it a little here to make room for the other cluster. Gonna make 1 more cluster in the same exact space like that, and here we have 1 more cluster done. Gonna chain 1, go in the side space, and make only 1 cluster. Make only 1 cluster. This is our first. Here's our first double crochet. It's our second and 3rd one. And we have a side space again. Gonna chain 1 and move into the side space. Make 1 cluster, chain 2, and 1 more cluster. Make 1 more cluster in the exact same space. And here is our cluster done. I'll meet you when I'm at the last stitch. Here we have reached back where we started, and now there are some important things that you remember. The pink tail end that's still attached. Now while making your last, after chaining 1, making your last cluster in the same space, you're gonna put this under your hook, and you're gonna then make your last stitch so it comes up by each round, and you're gonna make 1 more the same way by keeping the tail with you on the hook. And here the tail has came to the left and up from here to here. Now we're just gonna chain 2 as normal, and we're gonna slip stitch into our first stitch of our hook. Slip stitch into our first chain. Gonna just slip stitch and tighten it. Now we have one round done of blue. We're gonna do one more round the same way. Gonna start by chaining 2. Gonna make one cluster in the first space under our chain 2. That's 1. Make 2 more. 1, 2, and last one, 3. Have our cluster done. You're gonna chain 1. Gonna go in the side space. Gonna make one cluster in each side space, and you're gonna make one cluster. You're gonna chain 1. Now we have 2 side spaces. Gonna go in the next side space and make one more cluster, and chain 1. Go to the corner space and make a cluster. And now chain 2, 1, 2, and make one more cluster in the same sides corner space. So like that. Now I'm gonna meet you at here. I have reached back to my first stitch where I have started. Now we're gonna, since we're done with 2 rounds of blue, we're gonna attach our pink yarn. So we're gonna make one more cluster in the last stitch by keeping our pink yarn on our hook. We're gonna make 1, 2, but on the third one we're gonna pull through 2, but we're gonna pause here. Now we're gonna drop our blue yarn and take our pink yarn. Gonna pull through it. Gonna chain 2 and slip stitch in the very first stitch. Gonna look for it, and here we are. And now we're gonna slip stitch in it. Just gonna slip stitch like this, and now we have our 4 rounds done. Now I will do approximately of 10 rounds, and I'll meet you when I'm done with my square. Here I'm done with my square, and I have done 10 rounds, and I have left a tail that you can just fold your square in a triangle, and you can just measure it by wrapping it around once and twice around your triangle, and then just doubling it. After you double it, you're just gonna have the approximate length of how much you need to sew them. And I have made 2 more. You can make alternate patterns of alternate colors, or you can make them the same identical squares. So now you're gonna start stitching them. Have to keep the right side up, and for the other squares you don't need to leave a long end. You can just leave a small end just to wave in for both of the other squares. This is gonna do the job. And now you're just gonna take your darning needle, attach the first square which has the long end with the other square, and keep it on top. Insert your needle, and you're just gonna pull your needle halfway through the yarn and here, and now the upper square. And this is the first space that we're gonna go into. We go from up inside, and we'll go from the other square. We have the same chain space right here. We're gonna insert our needle from the first corner chain space to the other corner chain space, and we're just gonna pull it through the whole yarn. This might be a little tricky because the yarn tail is normal stitches. We're gonna go from the upper square to the square underneath. Just gonna pull it. We're just gonna pull it, and we're just gonna tighten it. And here we'll just like tighten it a little, and we will go again. Go from the upper square to the square underneath. gonna take the yarn the other side so it's easier to work. Just gonna take it all through like that, and we're gonna do this till the end. Just gonna do a few more stitches with you, then I'll leave it to you guys. Just gonna go in the last stitch. Just gonna go in your last stitch here. Here we'll pull through again, and now we have our chain space again. We're gonna go from the upper one and then to the lower one. We'll stitch it again. Have done stitching it. Now we have again chain spaces. Again the normal stitches will go from the lower one to the upper one. And like this, you're gonna do it till the end, and I'll meet you when I'm done. Here I'm done by joining this square right here. I'm done by joining this and this. I'm here at the end, and now I'm gonna take my third square and I'm just gonna put it on top of where we just finished. And now let's start sewing. The next part. We'll go to the next chain space again, and we're just gonna pull the yarn through it. Then we'll do it the same way till the end. Just gonna go in our first stitch in, and just gonna go out like that. Just gonna go out, and make sure to tighten, and always go from the upper square to the lower square, not from the lower square to the upper square. And we're just gonna go doing this till the end. And down my first stitch, let's go to the second one right here, and my last and final stitch here. Now we have a chain space here, and we're gonna go from up here, and we're gonna just go down and here, and we're gonna do this till the end. I've reached the very end, and we have a shape like this, and do not forget to join your corners. You'll have a shape like this. You're just gonna turn it, and this is the shape that we have. You're just gonna flip it like this, and here's where we have all of the loose ends and all. And now we're just gonna fold these all into half diagonally like this. Just gonna fold them in half diagonally. And this forms the shape of our bag. And now we're just gonna start stitching again. Now we're gonna go through the corners again to just give it a nice and tight, and we're just gonna sew it again by using the same technique that we did by sewing them together. And after we're done sewing it till here, we're just gonna connect the corners, this corner to this corner, and then we're just gonna connect this corner to this corner, and we're just gonna do the same thing till the end. So we're just gonna stitch like this, so these all are connected, and do not forget to connect the corners. And I'll meet you when so here I have reached the end, and now we're just gonna double knot to secure. So we'll just go in any loop that's closer to our needle, and we're just gonna pull it half, and we just have a loop. Just gonna pull the needle through that loop and tighten it like that. We're gonna go again in any loop that we see. Any loop that we see that's closer to our hook. So I'm just gonna insert it again. Just gonna go in any loop that's closer to our hook. Just gonna leave a small loop, and yeah, we're just gonna secure it like that. And here we are done. And now here our bag is done. It's fully secure. It has a lot of space now inside. And now let's move to the strap. So now we're gonna make the strap of the bag, and I'm gonna use my blue color, and I'm gonna leave a long tail, not a lot long, but like almost a tail, pretty long tail, to just sew the tail to the bag. And now I'm just gonna chain 65 because that's the length I want my bag strap to be. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17, and you're just gonna chain like this until you want your required. Here I'm done with my 65 chains, and now I'm just gonna yarn over and make one double crochet in the third chain from the hook. And here's my third chain from the hook, and I'm just gonna make one double crochet across like this. I'm just gonna make one double crochet across till I reach the very end. Make sure to make one double crochet in every single stitch and not forget any stitch. And yeah, I'll meet you when I'm done till the end. Here I'm done with my first round, and I have finished. And now for starting our second round, we're just simply gonna chain two. And now I'm done with my round one, and now we're just to start round two, we're just gonna chain two. I already chained one, so I just chained one more. And now I'm just gonna flip my project, and here's the back side. And now I'm just gonna yarn over, find the first stitch, and I'm just gonna make one double crochet in each of these stitches. And you can just do as many rounds as you like, and I'll meet you when I'm done with the required width of my. Here I'm done with my 2 rows of double crochets for the strap, and now I'm happy with this width. And now I'm just gonna chain one, and I'm just gonna leave a little bit of long thread, like this much. I'm just gonna cut it. And now our strap is ready, and I'm just gonna hook and give it a nice pull so it's nice and secure. Now our strap is ready, and now we need our darning needle again and our bag. And now we're gonna just sew this to our bag. And for sewing this, we are just gonna take one end of our strap and insert it into the darning needle first. I'm just gonna insert. Yes, now we have a corner space right here. This is our corner space. Our corner space here. Just gonna insert our strap right there. Just gonna pull the yarn through like that. And the same way, we're just gonna find all of the loops and go back from the exact same space of your bag. I'm just gonna find some spaces and go back from the exact same corner space like this. How many ever stitches you have, I don't know, but whatever, but you're just gonna go like that into every single stitch of your strap until it's nice and tight. Until it's nice and tight, and it's that secure that it can hold your bag pretty easily. Just gonna go a little bit of back and forth as well to just make it like very nice and secure. Just gonna go a little bit of back and forth to make it pretty secured, and I think it is secured. And now we're gonna do the same knot method. Just gonna find any loop here, or maybe at the back it's better. Actually here it's okay. And we're just gonna take any loop, and we're just gonna make a double knot like this, so it's nice and pretty secure. And I'm just gonna make one knot here because maybe I think it's okay, and we're just gonna leave it. And here we have our first strap sewed. And now the similar way we're just gonna sew the other strap, and I will meet you when I'm done. Here I'm done with stitching my strap, waving in its ends, and it's ready.